So, with the Indiana Fever deciding that they are not going to sign any more centers, is it time? Is it time to do the unthinkable? Is it time to do the unthinkable and bring back Liz Cambage? We gotta discuss it. Like, the Indiana Fever are so screwed size-wise that we have to discuss it. I understand this is out there. I understand this is crazy, and I understand the answer is probably no. But if you think there is some weird chance that Liz Cambage might improve this roster, subscribe. We are trying to gain a subscriber today. We have lost 10 subscribers. We were up at 58,730 at one stage. We're now lost 10. We're on track to lose a subscriber today. Be on a downward trajectory. If we could in any way gain a subscriber, that would be greatly appreciated. But who is Liz Cambage? Liz Cambage is, what age is she now? Like 34? She is 34 years old, will be 35 this year. She is a 6'7", 6'8", big, who in her last WNBA season averaged 15.8 points per game, which was in 2022. So 4 years ago, she averaged 15.8. She said that she was not going to play in the WNBA until they start paying $1 million contracts. And she is currently not in the WNBA. However, I mean this when I say this. Somebody big at some stage is going to sign her. So this year, in the Chinese league, she averaged 19.6 points per game for Sichuan, who are one of the biggest teams in the Chinese league. Natasha Howard played on that team as well. How did Natasha Howard get on? So Natasha Howard averaged 16 points per game. She averaged 19 points, she averaged 20. Cambage averaged 19 points per game. And Cambage only plays a couple of games. Sichuan were third place in the Chinese league. And I'm going to be real here. There are no young bigs right now. And if Liz Cambage wants to get that $1 million contract, I'm not joking. With the way they're paying bigs, all she has to do is have one good season and someone will pay her $1 million to play. Someone will pay her $1 million to play in the WNBA. Yes, I understand she is a locker room cancer. I understand that. She has at times been a locker room cancer. That being said, the Las Vegas Aces signed her as kind of a vet big when Aja Wilson was first coming through, and it seemed to work out well there when she was like coming through. But we've now got a situation where the Indiana Fever just don't have a backup. The Indiana Fever literally don't have a backup. And surely someone's going to take the chance on Liz Cambage. Because, I don't know, is the goal for the Indiana Fever have good vibes or win a title? Because, I'm sorry, vibes can get you so far. Heck, vibes nearly got them to the finals last year. But, like, they would have been eaten alive by the Phoenix Mercury. They would have been eaten alive by that team. Like, vibes work until you have a complete mismatch, which the Mercury were a mismatch, as were the Liberty last year. So the Fever, the reason why they stood no chance without Caitlin Clark against certain teams, it's why they struggle so badly against the Sparks, is because they can't deal with it size-wise. Like, I don't know if Liz Cambage is the actual answer. She's probably not. Heck, I don't even know if Liz Cambage would even consider coming back to the WNBA. She probably wouldn't. But, like, I don't know. I genuinely do feel like the Indiana Fever need to do whatever they can to sign some form of another big. Like, there's got to be some sort of a big, because if there's no, if the Indiana Fever don't go out with another big, it's Aaliyah Boston and Damiris effing Dantas. Like, Damiris Dantas is simply put not good enough to be the only backup big for the Indiana Fever. She's just not. KK Timpson, first of all, KK Timpson's not good enough. KK Timpson's not smart enough. Like, her feel for the game is not there. Maisha Hines-Allen, like, our hopes and dreams lie on Maisha Hines-Allen remembering that she used to be an all WNBA player one time. Like it is that is literally it. We have to pray that Maisha Hines-Allen remembers that she's an all WNBA. She once made an all WNBA team, and somehow is able to get in that form while being a role player in limited minutes. Like, I have no idea what the Indiana Fever can do. And by the way, bringing in Liz Cambage might be one of the dumbest things I've ever suggested. But they have to do something. They have to do something. If they don't do anything, what are we talking about then for the Fever? Like the 5th seed? A 4th seed? Fighting for the 4-5 seed? Like, for people being like, oh, the Fever can be better than the Mercury. Based on what? The Mercury lost Satu. Okay. You do realize Satu at one stage basically was benched for an entire game for conduct detrimental to the team. She was getting DNP. She walked away from the team at one stage. It didn't really affect them. Alyssa Thomas got injured and they were winning games. The Mercury have a system, and not only that, they replaced Satu with Valo Ayayi, who's not that much worse. Not only that, they brought in a lot of really good players they've got good players from overseas. They've recruited well. They're going to get some good rookies in this year, which they always do because their system just relies you to play defense and stand on the fucking 3-point line while Alyssa Thomas plays rugby. They're going to be really good. The Atlanta Dream are a better regular season team than the Fever. I don't know if they're better in the playoffs. They'll be a better regular season team. Liberty, duh. And like, I don't know if Fee Collier's healthy for half the season. I don't know if the Fever are better than the Lynx. I don't know if the Fever are better than the Sparks. I think the Fever are better than the Sky. They should be better than the Sky. They're definitely better than the Wings. And then the Valks. Like, I'm sorry, with Jusita coming back. Like, she literally looks like a phenom. If she was in this year's draft, she'd be the number 1 pick. She's 20 years old. She looks like a phenom. And the Valks were already 1 game behind the Fever last year. And I don't know. Like, the Indiana Fever, every team relies on health, but no team relies on health more than the Fever. Like, if Aaliyah Boston goes down for 5 games, I don't see how the Fever do any better in those 5 games than 1-4. They might beat a tanking team without Aaliyah Boston, but that's it. Like, they're much better equipped this year without Caitlin Clark, sure. But it's literally like their whole free agency was working off the assumption that Caitlin Clark is going to get injured. Like, that's what it feels like. And that Aaliyah Boston can't possibly get injured because Aaliyah Boston never misses games. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. And at this stage, why not just try sign Liz Cambage? Anyway, I'll see you guys.